Q4 of 2020 was certainly a very eventful one, topping off what was a truly exceptional and once-in-a-lifetime year. The US election was one clear big event. However, the one that changed the overall market narrative was the announcement of multiple highly effective COVID vaccines. From when that was announced in early November, the market dynamic clearly shifted to one where people were quite worried if we would get through this, to more of it being a question of when we will get through this. When looking at the TSX overall, it's hard to believe that we ended the year positive, especially given where we were in March and April. Pretty impressive when you think of down over 30% at one point to closing in plus 5%. Strictly looking at the fund itself, the fourth quarter was a good one for the fund. We closed up over 10%, which outpaced both peers in the Canadian dividend income category as well as the TSX as a whole. Some of the major contributors were Great Canadian Gaming, which benefited from the Apollo acquisition, as well as CNQ, which benefited from stronger commodity prices, and Manulife Financial. Some of the larger detractors were typically names that were more conservative in nature that had performed better earlier in the year. Empire and Northwest are examples of those, as well as Franco-Nevada. It should be noted that over a one-year time horizon, however, while the fund did do better than peers in the category, it did underperform the overall TSX. The primary driver of that was not being able to own companies and choosing not to own companies that would not have been consistent with the Canadian dividend mandate. Companies such as Shopify, we do not believe were appropriate for the fund. From an overall portfolio positioning standpoint, consumer staples, energy, and discretionary remain the largest overweights, while financials are the largest underweights, even though some of our largest holdings are actually financials, as you can see on the bottom right with Power, Fairfax, and Manulife. Looking forward, we do expect a more normal environment as the vaccine begins to roll out, but we do believe there are risks worth monitoring. We don't know exactly what's going to happen with rates or inflation once people are able to spend again. So we're being very vigilant to monitor risk and own high-quality companies that we believe can compound value over time as opposed to making major macro bets. Thank you for your continued support.